everybody. Hey, we are back doing some more Civil War, and today we're going to talk about Civil War 8 and 9. And wow, I took some time last night and set it all up so that we could get started on it. The first one is going to, well, let's do the first one is going to be Peace and Plenty number 9. And it's in the book Civil War Sampler by Barbara Brockman. And Peace and Plenty. It's a 2-part pattern, center and frame of 2 different size triangles. And it was spoken about in the Farm Journal magazine in the 20th century. Let's see, when would that have been? Farm Journal magazine. Well, the post-Civil War speakers often called for a reunified America, and they referred to it as peace and plenty. And this is also a term used in the Bible, peace and plenty. And it's also used in Shakespeare's, one of his plays. So peace and plenty is very familiar, recognizable phrase. There's also a Scottish song from 1776 that carried peace and plenty in the wordings. So peace and plenty is really, it's a design that's indicating that we have coming together of 2 things. And you can see in these blocks that these inner triangles are a completely different size than the outer triangles. And according to Barbara's mock-ups, I'm sort of replicating this bottom one. And so you can see, oops, don't let those get away from me. Here they are right here. We're going to sew this one up here in a moment. And I believe that I have the parts and pieces for the next 2 as well. Oh, I see. I put them right there. Here is the small and the large block for the Fox and Geese, which is number 8. But I believe I also have the parts ready for the large Peace and Plenty. So I think what I'm going to do here is push these parts over here to the side, push this whole thing up, and we'll see if we have the parts ready to lay out for number 9, Peace and Plenty, in the larger size, which is a 12.5 inch or 12-inch block instead of the 8-inch block. So even though it's only a few inches bigger, it's exponentially giant. And see, I like how I put the, can you see those? Oh no, they're out of your vision. I'm sorry. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. We need to have some large one. Let's see, we need 2 number B's. These are B's. So these are all the ones that we have parts and pieces from previous ones. And I thought, well, let's use those. That's easy. So we need 2 light, 2 medium, 2 medium, and 2 dark. So 2 light, medium. All right, we can do that. Let's go with 2 light. We'll do 2, those are pretty. We'll use those for the light. And we need 2 medium light. Okay. Here's some medium lights that would work. I think I'll just pick these beige ones that have the blue in them, so to go with the blue flowers. And then we need 2 mediums, which would be, of course, darker. So let's find some darker ones. There's some red. What do we have down here? Oh, here's the green ones. We did quite a few green ones earlier. So we need 2 medium and 2 dark. I wonder what we'll use for dark. Let's use these red ones for the dark. So here's our dark, and so we need some mediums in between there. Well, these would work for the mediums. They're sort of in the blue family. Well, these would be darker. I like these better. There. Here's our light. Our medium, our light medium. Our medium. And our dark. So these are going to be the 4 colors required in size B in the larger size. Okay, so let's package these guys up, because the next thing is that we need some Ds. Now D is a different size than what we've been using on most of these blocks. So I did cut them. I cut some last night, and we'll see what we have to work with. Let me clamp these up quick. Sort of try to hold those together. So these are size B. So the way it's made out is that each one of these designs gives you what to pick out in size B and size D, or A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then you go back to the schematic at the beginning, and it tells you, oh, what size is for the 8-inch block, what size is for the 12-inch block. So that's how that's, you know, it sounds, well, I'm making B blocks. Well, what are those? You know, well, that's what it says in the front of the book there. So these are the Bs. I'll set those over there. And then it says for us to pick out a light and a medium D cut twice. So these are Ds. There's 2 light and medium. And we make 4 light and 4 medium triangles. I think that those have been already cut. Let's see, the size on the D, how big is that anyway? Pretty big. Yeah. So this is a 4th. So these have already been cut into 4ths. So there'd be 4 of those and 4 of these. And then that would give us enough to make the large block. I don't know what those are. Are those? Oh yes, those are more Bs. All right, well, let's see if we can't cut those. It says 2 light and 1 medium square. Cut twice to make 4 light and 4 medium triangles. Well, I'm going to call these light and these medium. And so we need 4 triangles of each. So let's get these guys cut, and then we can assemble them. That's pretty nice, having them all cut out already. That's very convenient. There's not so much cohesive color in this one, though. I've got all these different things going on. I prefer a block where there's more continuity. What about you guys? Okay, so that should give us enough to work with. Let's see how you lay them out. Now the D's are here, and they're going to be light and dark. So let's push that up a little further. We have a yellow over here, a yellow down here, yellow over here. And then we're going to use these blue Well, that works out pretty good. Now, let's see where these go. Let's make the red ones are the dark, and they go with these two. Okay, so this one's the only one that has red in it, so I'm going to use it as like a, you know. So it's the basic pinwheel inside. What am I doing here? There. And then these are the coordinating ones. It's always good to have the stronger colors, light and dark, to show the difference between them. What's that called? The color values, you know, saturated and not as. And then these are like that, like this. Think like that. Which leaves us these guys. Can you see those okay? I don't know if I like the gray next to the navy. What do you think about me reversing these two? I think I like that better. Yeah, I like that better. I don't know why. It just seems to, these guys go together better. Okay, so that's our 12-inch block of Peace and Plenty. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes and sew this one together. And then since we get it sewn up, then we can get it out of the way, and I'll sew up the two that go with Fox and Geese, which is number 8. I have those cut and ready to assemble. So bear with me, let's get these sewn up, and maybe I'll speed through some of this when we get this ready to air. Okay, all right, now let's see, how should we start? I suppose I'm gonna make the, I'll make this block, each 4 at a time, and then assemble them. So these two go together. Because the book doesn't really tell you how to do it, that's for sure. You sort of have to look at it and logically say, oh, wait, okay, so they go together. I didn't cut those very well. They don't seem to be the same size, which tells me that the other ones will be off too. And you know, every time you're working with bias, which is these that are cut on the across the corner to corner, they tend to move around. You got to be real careful how you sew them. I sure learned that in Park Avenue. They were all on the bias. Let's see. Oh, those are so wonky. I better straighten them up before we go on. Where's that little one we had yesterday? See, that's too big, that's too big. I need my 3.5 one. This is a 4. Not in there. Oh, there it is, right here, ready to bite me. There we go. Just needed a tiny bit of tweaking. Now that does not go like that, it goes like here. Okay, so let's put this one on here. Okay, and this one goes there. Yeah, this one's a bit short over here. Well, that is true. That should go that way. More seams, you press away from the majority of the seams, I think would work the best. There, what do you think? Not too bad, huh? Yeah, there we go. Oh, you see, I'm doing it different this time. Well, I guess it won't make any bit of difference. Just put it together slightly different directions. I wonder if that'll make a bit of difference. Well, I guess it will if I don't remember which way it went, huh? Now, these go next to that, and this goes next to this. And what we did was we put those two together. Well, we've already precluded doing that, so this is going to need to go on here. Luckily, these are the same size, huh? Well, this one should go this way. I'm going to make an arbitrary decision so that we have them go in different ways. I need to get some of that Best Press. Have you used the Best Press? Which one do you think would, I've seen different brand names out there. I was thinking I'd just try some that's at Hobby Lobby or something. Unless you can think of a better one to do. Oh, that's nice. That came together beautifully. Better leave that right where it was. Oh, let me. Hi. Well, we finished up the big blocks, and you could see the Peace and Plenties, and you saw that this was, I used this one with some of the plaid from before and sort of accentuated the red in the pinwheel part. And then this other one, we used more blues. So this is the large Peace and Plenty. I sure like the history about these blocks. This Fox and Geese is the number 8 block, and I know I did it out of order, but the story that goes with Fox and Geese, they really can't attribute the name Fox and Geese to the Civil War era. But there was a naval commander on the Union side named Gustavus Fox who tried to do an end run on the Confederates regarding Fort Sumter, which was the first big, I think it was one of the first big things that took place that announced the Civil War. So Gustavus Fox led the Navy ships around to the south of an area, and the Confederates snuck in ahead of him and captured the Union fort. So they're calling this block Fox and Geese and giving some credit to this Navy commander. But then there's a part of a journal that was written by Sarah Espy of Alabama, April 16, 1861. She wrote in her diary, "A stormy day and getting cold. Our husband went to Hales and learned that the Carolinas had taken Fort Sumter and that our other volunteer company is ordered to Fort Pickens. So I suppose the war is now on." Wow. So the Fox and Geese pattern is an old design. It's found in quilts of that era, but it is identified in a 1935 index of patterns as the Fox and Geese. So that is in the book written by Barbara Blockman is a picture of Fort Sumter. Was probably a linograph of Fort Sumter in 1861, and it certainly looked destroyed from the artillery shells. So anyway, so this one is called Fox and Geese, and this is the block right here, and these are supposed to be, well, which ones are supposed to be the fox and which ones are flying? I would think these are going to be the geese because they look like birds flying, and these are the fox. Interesting, huh? I wish you could see them better. Let me turn the camera down a little bit. Hold on. Do you see it there? There's 2 flying geese, and then the corners are the foxes. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and put these together and then line up the large pieces for the fox and geese for the 12-inch block. And then we'll look at those, okay? How are you doing on yours? Have you gotten 8 and 9 done and you're blasting through 10, 11 and whatever? Let me know. I'm sort of taking my time on this. This last couple of weeks have been very busy. And I wanna play with that purple and green quilt again, and I want to play with that hunting quilt. And then I just got notice that I'm going to receive the woolly lamb quilt block of the month, and it should start today. It's supposed to be arriving today. So when I get that, I want to put in a little, I think what we'll do is we'll open it up and we'll look at the parts, and we'll also look at another package that I received. So we'll have a couple of things to open. All right, well, I better get on this so we can get this thing done. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Hi, well, we got these done. This one is the fox and the geese. And here it is in the other colorway. And to remind you, this is the Peace and Plenty in the large colorway. And the Peace and Plenty in the smaller colorway. We're making good progress. I mean, we've got 9 blocks on these big ones. That's almost a quilt. So the next one is going to be a Yankee puzzle. Oh, that looks interesting. It's like a big pinwheel. Okay, that's our next one. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Alrighty, bye-bye.